The concept we are going to discuss is encapsulation. Encapsulation is one of the object-oriented concepts and it can be achieved through access specifiers. Encapsulation is the concept of wrapping data and code into a single unit. So if you are studying the concept encapsulation, you should keep one thing in mind. You have to declare the variables of your class as private first. So encapsulation is achieved by declaring the variables of your class as private. And second, you have to provide public setter and getter method for modifying and accessing the value of the private variables. So if you are studying encapsulation concept, then in code you have to declare few variables. So what are the variables you are going to keep as private? First you have to declare that as private variables. It means you are preventing direct access. You cannot allow the other class to access these variables directly. And through public if you are setting setter and getter method, through setter and getter method you can access this private variables of your class. So two things you have to keep in mind. One is you have to declare the variables, few variables, as private. Another thing is you have to declare the setter and getter method as public for accessing this private variables. Why we are using this encapsulation concept? So if you are studying this encapsulation concept mainly for protecting the internal state of an object. So if you want to hide the implementation details from the user or internal representation of the object from the user, then you have to implement encapsulation in your code. It will prevent unwanted access. It will prevent unwanted access of the user. To understand the concept encapsulation, here I have given this example. Here I have two class, one is university and another one is student. This student is a main class and university is another class. Inside the university class, I have keep teacher as a method. So here there are three key players: university, teacher and student. So if the student wants to access any information, mark related information, or if you want to apply for a revaluation or anything, he can achieve that through the teacher. He can access that facility with the help of the teacher. Here the teacher like method. Okay, this teacher acts as a method. Here through teacher he can enjoy the facilities of university, but the student cannot directly access university's private information. So if the student wants to know any information, then he can achieve that with the help of teacher, but he cannot access the privacy related information of the university directly. So like here encapsulation is also same. Here we are going to achieve the same thing through the encapsulation. In this program, I have declared two class. One is student class, another one is main class. Inside the student class, I have declared the variable name and age as private variable. It means I can access this variable name and age inside the student class, and I cannot access this variable name and age outside the student class. Next, I have declared setter method for name and getter method for name, setter method for age and getter method for age. So if you declare two variables as private, then you have to declare setter and getter method for that variables. So in this program, I have name and age as private variable. So I have declared setter method for name and getter method for name. And I have declared setter method for age and getter method for age. Another important thing is here I have declared all the setter and getter method. The access specifier I used here is public. It means this method can be accessed outside the student class. So any class outside the student class can access this setter method and getter method. And next, coming to main class, I have created the object student for the class student, and then I have called student.setName of John. So I am passing the value John. So by the time the code executed, setName of John will pass from main class to the student class. By the time the student dot age set the age of 20 it will pass the value 20 from the main class to the student class. So set name of method will send the John value to set name of method in student class, and set age of 20 in main class will pass the value 20 to the set age of method in student class. And next, for getting values using getter methods, I have written student.getName of method. The student.getName of method will call getName of method in student class, and it will retrieve the value name from the student class, and it will display that value in main class. And next, student.getAge of will again call the getAge of method in student class, and it will display the age in main class. The best example to understand encapsulation concept is ATM machine. During the operation of ATM machine, we insert the card and it will display some options such as withdrawal, deposit, balance and all. And here the customer, they interact with this ATM machine through this user interface, and this user interface, it provides access to the option that is displayed in the ATM machine, but it hides certain details from the user. It does not show the implementation details uh, of the object to the user. For example, in ATM class, certain details stored as private data and certain details will stored as public methods. For example, in ATM class, customer bank balance, PIN number, and transaction history all are private variables. It can be accessed only by the method inside the ATM class. For example, in this private variables can be accessed only by the public methods such as withdraw cash, check balance, deposit funds, and change. So other than this method, no class can access this private variable, customer balance, PIN, and transaction history. And next, when a user wants to withdraw cash, they don't directly access their bank balance. Instead, they use withdraw cash method provided by ATM class. So this method, it internally checks whether the user has sufficient funds before allowing the transaction to proceed. And next, control access. See, this ATM machine, it ensures the user interacts with their account in a controlled and secure manner. For example, if you are performing any transaction, the ATM, it requires user to enter their PIN. It's a validation mechanism, and the user cannot directly modify the bank balance or transaction history. So they can only perform actions allowed by the ATM interface. It ensures the system's integrity is maintained or not. And next, hiding complexity. So the user, here we are using the encapsulation mechanism in banking transaction. It means the user doesn't need to understand the complexities, that is internal code or internal object details and all. It's enough they know how to interact with the interface provided by the ATM. And second thing is the internal working of your class. So the internal working of your class, such as internal logic, storage details, everything, it is hidden from the outside world and it will not be shown to the user. And next, in this scenario, the ATM machine, it represents a class in Java where the private data is hidden from the user. And in this ATM, it enforces security and integrity by encapsulating the internal details such as PIN number, customer transaction history and all. And this analogy helps to illustrate the importance of encapsulation in protecting sensitive data and simplifying user interaction and maintaining integrity and security of your system. Thank you.